Good morning, Year 3. It's Miss Hendy here. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend and are ready for your next week of learning. I'm going to do our reading skills lesson with you today. So I'd like you to press pause, please, and write today's short date and vipers, circling the V for vocabulary. Okay, and once you have done that, we are going to go do a quick recap of what the vipers are. So we have V for vocabulary, I for infer, P for predict, E for explain, R for retrieve, and S for summarize. And today's focus is vocabulary. So we're looking at the words used in the text and what they mean, their definitions. So our new text today is Mrs. Armitage on Wheels. And the author of this book is Quentin Blake. Now, you may have heard that name before because Quentin Blake is a famous illustrator. So that means the drawings. So he's done the drawings here on the front for Roald Dahl. So Roald Dahl's books, so Matilda, The Big Friendly Giant, BFG, James and the Giant Peach. All those books by Roald Dahl, the illustrator is Quentin Blake. So let's get on with this text, Mrs. Armitage on Wheels. So before we start, as per usual, we're going to start with some predictions because it's a new story. Now remember, a prediction is when we make a good guess, so an educated guess based on the information that we already have. So for example, we could have I think. So I might not say I think Mrs. Armitage is an astronaut, because is that a good guess? Are there any clues on the front of this text that tell me that Mrs. Armitage might be an astronaut? No. So predictions are about making a good guess. So I would like you to press pause in just a moment. I want you to write one that I think. It seems to me, I wonder if, and maybe. So I might start with something like, I think Mrs. Armitage might be going on a bit of an adventure with her bike. And I think this because that's what it looks like in the picture. So press pause and write your full sentences. Okay, so next up we have, this is the front cover, and this is what we find on the back of the book. Now, can anybody recall what the text is called on the back of the story? It's the blurb, so well done if you've got that one right. And does anybody know why it is there? Why is it there? So the blurb is there because if you are in a bookstore or in a library and you pick up a book, you're not sure if you want to read it. So you read the blurb, and the blurb gives you enough information that makes you want to read the book, but it doesn't give it away. So it kind of invites the reader into the story. So we are going to read our blurb. When the inventive Mrs. Armitage sets out for a cycle ride, she soon turns her bike into an eye-catching contraption. All she needs now is a little extra oomph. I'm going to read it one more time, and this time I'd like you to write down any words you don't know the meaning of. Are you ready? When the inventive Mrs. Armitage sets out for a cycle ride, she soon turns her bike into an eye-catching contraption. All she needs now is a little extra oomph. Write down any words that you might not be sure of there. Okay, so the words that I thought you might come out with, and they might not be, but these are some of the ones that I looked at, were inventive, eye-catching, contraption, and oomph. So let's have a little look at what these words mean. Inventive. Inventive means somebody who likes to create new things. So Mrs. Armitage is somebody who likes to create new things. Eye-catching. Eye-catching is when something is beautiful or appealing, or for somebody to look at it with their eyes, they like the look of it. So it catches their eye. The next one is contraption. So a contraption is a machine that is badly made or unsafe. And we did come across this word last week in our text when we read how to invent. So we looked at the bicycle and how that was invented. And when it first was made, if you remember, they called it a dandy horse, and they described it as an odd contraption, because it had no pedals, so you actually just moved your feet around, and that the front wheel could not be steered either. So we've actually seen that word before. And then finally, we have the word oomph. Okay, so to give it a little bit more oomph, we're going to make it a little bit more exciting. Okay, so we're going to make it more exciting, a bit more snazzy, and to improve it in an exciting way. Okay, we ready for our questions? This page will come in useful when you are answering your questions. So if you get a little bit stuck, you can always press pause and then rewind to this page to help you. So today's task, I'm going to read through the blurb just one more time, and then we're going to go through the questions. So we have, when the inventive Mrs. Armitage sets out for a cycle ride, she soon turns her bike into an eye-catching contraption. All she needs now is a little extra oomph. So question number 1. Find a word in the text which shows Mrs. Armitage is able to create new things and ideas. Question number 2. Find one word in the text which means her new bike is beautiful. Question number 3. Find the word in the text which means a machine that is strange and often badly made or unsafe. And finally, question number 4. Which word or phrase in the text tells you that Mrs. Armitage is looking for something more exciting? And once you've completed those questions, we are going to go through the answers. So press pause now if you need more time. If not, let's get your pair of pens ready. So question number 1, a word in the text that shows Mrs. Armitage is able to create new things and ideas is inventive. She is inventive. She likes to create those new things and ideas. Question number 2, the one word in the text which means her new bike is beautiful was eye-catching. Question number 3, find the word in the text which means machine that's strange and often badly made or unsafe. It's a contraption. Contraption. Oh my goodness, that was a mouthful then. Question number 4, which word or phrase in the text tells you that Mrs. Armitage is looking for something more exciting? So this part here is all she needs now is a little extra oomph. Okay, so the little extra oomph is the bit that we're looking for. Okay, on to our final task. So at the beginning of the lesson, we made some predictions about what we think might happen in the story. So now what I'd like you to do, because we've read the blurb, we've been given a little bit more information. I want you to write one more sentence to predict what you think is going to happen next in the story. But you just have to write one sentence using one of these sentence starters. So you can do I wonder if, I think, maybe, or it seems to me. So press pause, have a go at that. Okay, and well done, Year 3. I hope you're looking forward to this story. I think it's a really lovely story. I quite enjoyed reading it. I look forward to sharing the rest of it with you. You all take care. Bye-bye.